70 days. That's all that separates us from the most consequential election in modern American history. The air crackles with anticipation. Every news cycle a whirlwind of polls, punditry, and pronouncements. The stakes? Nothing less than the soul of America. For Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the message is clear: a return to decency, competence, and a government that works for all Americans. But the path to victory is fraught with challenges, not least of which is their opponent, Donald J. Trump. Trump, a man who thrives on chaos and disruption, has thrown the political playbook out the window. His refusal to commit to a debate with Harris is just the latest example of his unconventional and, some would say, dangerous approach. As the days dwindle, the nation holds its breath. Will this be a contest of ideas, a battle for the hearts and minds of the American people? Or will it descend into a maelstrom of misinformation and acrimony? Only time will tell.
The question hangs heavy in the air. Will Donald Trump debate Kamala Harris? The former president, never one to shy away from a fight, has been uncharacteristically coy on the matter. Some speculate it's a strategic ploy, an attempt to keep Harris off balance. Others see it as a sign of weakness, a fear of facing a formidable opponent on the national stage.
The Harris campaign has seized on Trump's hesitation, painting it as a blatant disregard for democratic norms. A leader doesn't hide from the American people, declared Jamie Harrison, chairman of the Democratic National Committee, in a fiery speech. A leader engages, debates, and defends their record. The DNC has launched a full-court press, demanding Trump agree to a debate schedule. They've even created a website, TrumpAfraidToDebate.com, highlighting his past statements praising the importance of debates.
Trump, meanwhile, remains non-committal, content to lob insults and accusations from the sidelines. His supporters echo his claims that the debates are rigged and a waste of time. But beneath the bluster, one senses a flicker of uncertainty. Could Trump, the master showman, be afraid of the spotlight after all?
While the debate drama unfolds on national television, the Harris campaign is quietly and diligently building a formidable ground game behind the scenes. Across the country, dedicated volunteers are knocking on doors, making countless phone calls, and registering voters with a fervor and passion not seen in generations. This is more than just a campaign, it's a movement. This is a campaign fueled by grassroots energy, driven by a collective belief that this election is about more than just choosing a president. It's about reclaiming the very soul of America. From the bustling city centers to the quiet rural communities, the message resonates the same. Every single vote matters. The Harris campaign has invested heavily in voter registration drives, particularly focusing on communities of color and among young people, demographics that are crucial to their electoral success. And it's not just about getting people registered, it's about educating them on the critical issues, ensuring they understand what's truly at stake in this pivotal election. The campaign has launched a series of comprehensive initiatives aimed at combating voter suppression, providing clear, concise information on everything from voter ID laws to polling place locations, ensuring that every voter can exercise their right. The energy is palpable, the enthusiasm infectious, spreading like wildfire through communities. This is a campaign built on hope, on the unwavering belief that a better future is not just a dream, but a tangible possibility. And as the days tick down to November, that hope is translating into concrete action, into a groundswell of support that could very well determine the outcome of this crucial election. The nation watches, energized and ready for change.
The 2024 election is a study in contrasts, a clash of styles and strategies, each vying for the soul of the nation. Trump, the self-proclaimed counterpuncher, continues to rely on the playbook that brought him victory in 2016, rallies, rhetoric, and a constant barrage of attacks against his opponents. His approach is aggressive, aiming to dominate the media landscape and keep his base energized. His message, light on policy specifics, focuses on stoking fear and resentment, painting a dystopian picture of America under Biden and Harris. He leverages every opportunity to cast his opponents as threats to the American way of life.
Harris, in contrast, has adopted a more measured approach, emphasizing thoughtfulness and detailed planning. Her campaign is built on policy proposals, on detailed plans to address the challenges facing the nation. She aims to present herself as a problem solver, someone who can bring about real change through concrete actions. She speaks of unity, of healing the divisions that have plagued the country for far too long. Her rhetoric is one of hope and inclusivity, seeking to bring people together rather than drive them apart. Her rallies, while energetic, are more policy-focused, more about substance than spectacle. They are designed to inform and engage voters on the issues that matter most to them.
The contrast is stark, and it's reflected in the way the two campaigns are deploying their resources. Each side is playing to its strengths, hoping to sway undecided voters. Trump, flush with cash from his loyal base, has invested heavily in television advertising, blanketing the airwaves with attack ads aimed at sowing doubt and confusion. His strategy is to dominate the conversation and keep his opponents on the defensive.
Harris, while not lacking in resources, has adopted a more targeted approach, focusing on digital advertising and micro-targeting specific demographics with tailored messages. She aims to reach voters where they are, using data-driven strategies to maximize her impact. It's a battle for the hearts and minds of the American people, and it's being fought on multiple fronts, on television screens, on social media feeds, and at kitchen tables across the country. Every interaction, every ad, every speech is a move in this high-stakes game. The stakes couldn't be higher, the outcome more uncertain. The future direction of the country hangs in the balance, and both campaigns know that every vote counts. The echoes of the convention still reverberate through the political landscape, setting the stage for the upcoming election. The DNC, a tightly scripted affair, showcased the Democratic Party's unity and presented a compelling case for a Biden-Harris administration, emphasizing their vision for the future. Speaker after speaker painted a picture of a nation in crisis, ravaged by the pandemic and riven by division, but also offered a message of hope, a belief that together, America could overcome these challenges. They highlighted the importance of solidarity and collective action. Harris's speech, delivered with her trademark blend of passion and precision, was a defining moment of the convention. Her words resonated deeply with many viewers. She spoke of her personal story, of her immigrant parents and her journey to the vice presidency, sharing anecdotes that underscored her commitment to public service, but also connected her experiences to the struggles of everyday Americans, drawing parallels between her life and the lives of those she aims to serve. Her message resonated, particularly with women and minority voters, demographics crucial to Democratic success in November. Her ability to connect on a personal level was evident. The Republican National Convention, in contrast, was a more chaotic affair, marked by Trump's characteristic bombast and a relentless focus on attacking his opponents. The atmosphere was charged and often contentious. While the convention did little to broaden Trump's appeal beyond his base, it solidified his support among his core followers. It did serve to energize his supporters, who view him as a bulwark against what they see as a radical left-wing agenda. His rhetoric fired up the crowd, reinforcing their loyalty. The conventions, while largely symbolic, have helped to frame the narrative of the 2024 election, setting the tone for the months ahead. They have highlighted the stark choice facing the American people, a return to normalcy and stability under Biden and Harris, promising a steady hand and a clear plan for recovery, or 4 more years of Trump's unpredictable and often divisive leadership, which has left the nation deeply polarized. The decision lies in the hands of the voters, who must weigh these contrasting visions for America's future.
70 days. It seems like an eternity, yet it will be gone in a flash. As we hurtle towards November 3rd, one thing is abundantly clear. This election is about more than just choosing a president. It's about the very soul of America, about the future of our democracy. Will we choose unity over division, hope over fear, truth over lies? Will we embrace the values of tolerance, respect, and equality that have long defined our nation? Or will we succumb to the forces of anger, resentment, and division that threaten to tear us apart? The eyes of the world are upon us. Our allies watch with a mixture of hope and trepidation, while our adversaries gleefully exploit our divisions. The stakes couldn't be higher, the consequences of failure unthinkable. This is a time for courage, for conviction, for a reaffirmation of the principles that have guided our nation for over 2 centuries. It's a time to remember that we are, at our core, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us choose wisely. The future of our democracy depends on it.